Okay, continuing on with their bends, just one thing to keep in mind. So you are doing muting when you're bending, which is good. Like the thing to pay attention to now is how far away from the string your hand is that you're bending. So like let's say like when you're bending the B string, sometimes you're a little too close to it. It's trying to get it to make the same thing. So you're so close to it that when you bent it up, you bent it into your hand, and that's one reason why it was getting muted. So if you notice that the string is getting muted when you bend up, check the position of your right hand. You may need to move it this way a little bit. Kind of pull it away from that high E string. Like pull it away from the string you're trying to bend, and that might help you hear the notes better. So it takes time. It's just a subtle thing that takes quite a while to really master. And hell, I haven't mastered this thing. There are plenty of times when I'm trying to show a bend, I'll do a video like this, or I'm trying to show someone a bend riff, and just all this noise, it just sounds like crap. It's like, whoops. But that's just the way it goes. Anyway, so here's what we have. So you got the note. We're doing the bend, release, and then pulling off. So right now, until it becomes more second nature, add in a step. So you're going to pick the note. You get your hand set up. You got the notes. You got the bend. You got the release. Take your middle finger out of the way. Then do your pull off. So you don't have to have the note ringing out anymore. Like if let's say the note dies off, like after you do your release, let's say that note is not ringing out anymore. That's okay. Just take your middle finger out of the way anyway. And if you pull off correctly, you're going to hear that note you're pulling off to anyway. So take your time with getting your middle finger out of the way. So this way you can pull off properly. Anyway, here's the whole riff. Okay, now the last quarter notes division rhythm that we did. Alright, I'll just count off and go. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so the eighth notes. So you did tell me that you started looking at that in the book, so yes, you're correct. The idea is to keep your hand going back and forth the whole time. I also like to tell students to think about like a line or a rope or string, whatever that is attached from your hand to your foot. So this way, they're linked up. So every time the foot goes down, the hand goes down. So it's like when you're pushing down your foot, it's pulling your hand down, and then you pull your hand up, it's pulling the foot up with it. So it's constantly going back and forth the whole time. I am completely exaggerating my movements right now, but that's the idea. What you've already been doing, anytime you're doing like straight quarter note stuff, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and tapping along, you're already doing that. They're already synced up. So just with this new rhythm, you're just gonna do the upstroke after the third beat. So instead of counting the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and the whole way through, now, because rhythms are going to start getting more complicated, just count the underlined part. So that's what you're going to say out loud. Only the part that's underlined. This will enable you to know the rhythm better. So, especially when we get to really hard things, given the amount of time we have left for the month, we're probably not going to get to anything super difficult, but this will still prepare you for when you're able to come back and we hit the much more difficult rhythms. So there will come a time that it'll happen. So this is kind of just preparing you for that. So anyway, time for me to quit talking and just play the damn thing. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 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 4. And that's it. Slide optional at the end, if it moves you. Okay. Well, let me know if you got any questions, and plan on seeing you Friday.